Today in Fortnite's newest update, the last update of Fortnite Chapter 2 Season 7, we got actually not that many new things in-game. But in the lobby, we got a new game mode selection system, and this looks exactly like the Netflix app. I'm not even gonna lie with you guys. This looks exactly like what it looks like when you're actually trying to pick a show out of Netflix. So let's actually go ahead and show this off. So as you guys can see here, the Battle Lab preview is already different. There's none of that like cover image thing that it typically has, where it's got like the default in the actual game. Instead, it's just a few triangles and a little bit of an animation. But now if we actually go ahead and hit change, you guys can see that there is such a cool layout now. Now, I think you guys are slowly beginning to realize why I called this the Netflix layout, because it literally just looks like Netflix's launcher. Now, if we actually go ahead and try and find our standard game modes, you can see right here that we've got the solo battle royale, the duo battle royale, the trios, the squads. It is a little bit weird because it does show by Epic at the top, and I think that that's there just because if you actually go ahead and scroll to the right a little bit, there are some creative game modes that you can actually queue up into, and those are not made directly by Epic Games. Now, there are LTMs actually mixed in with these creative game modes, which is a little bit weird, and you do need to scroll down a decent bit to get to competitive, so this is definitely gonna take a while to get used to, just because like everything is in new locations. If you want to find the official LTMs, you need to scroll down to the Buy Epics part, but then you can also find things like Zone Wars and different creative game modes like box fights, 8v8s, 4v4s. There is so much stuff in this launcher, but I think that it is really cool. I mean, just look at it. This is honestly a really neat new overhaul of the graphic system, and I honestly think that it's really cool. Now, there are 4 separate tabs up at the top, by the way, and to get to these, you just hit it, and now you've got My Library. So what I believe that this is, so if we actually look at recently played over here, I believe that this is only creative LTMs, or else there would be like solos and stuff in here. But if we actually go ahead and go back to Discover, let's say I want to favorite solos so that I can easily queue up for it right when I get into game. All I need to do is hit this little heart button, and then when I go to My Library, you can see that it's right over here, and all I need to do is select it and then hit play, and then I am good to go to queue up for solos. Now, this just makes it a little bit easier if you have some specific creative LTMs that you like to play, and you just want to favorite them into this little area. So let's say I want to play the FFA, Box Fight, and Zone Wars. All I need to do is hit the heart button on it, go to My Library, and then apparently it's not showing up. It feels like it is a little bit glitchy right now, and the system did just come out, so you are going to need to give it a little bit of a time to adapt. But for now, that is how to actually favorite these game modes and navigate through this tab. Now, the next one is the create one, and this one is actually just basically, it just sends you to creative. Oh, so that one's literally just, it just takes you to creative, which is still kind of cool. And then the final one is island code, and this makes it so much nicer to get into a creative custom map that you actually want to get to. So instead of having to load into a standard creative game, go into the lobby, then enter the code, then get into the match, all you need to do now is copy and paste the code into this box, and then it will show up with the game mode right over here. So let's actually test this out real quick. So I currently have a box fight map copy and pasted to my clipboard. So if we actually go ahead and paste this, you can see that it shows us with clicks box fights, and all we need to do is go ahead and hit play, and then it is immediately put into here so that we can queue up into a public game and play with random people. Now, there is a nice feature with these, is that you can switch it to a private game, meaning that you only queue up with the people in your party, and so that you won't be getting matched with random people online. So overall, this is a really cool new system. In total, there are 4 different tabs. There's the Discover one, which basically has all of the main LTMs and all of the main stuff, and then in the My Library section, alright, yeah, see, remember, this is the one that we hearted earlier. Now it finally has shown up, so it will take a few seconds for the game modes that you heart to actually show show up in the My Library tab, but once they do, you'll be able to queue up into them much quicker. And then the third tab that we have is the create one. It literally just sends you to creative. And then the fourth one is a much more simplified and easier way to get into a creative custom map. But this is the new Fortnite Netflix crossover type thing. It's not actually an official crossover, but I still like to call it that. So this is the new Fortnite Gamemode selection tool in game. If you guys enjoyed this video or find it helpful, please consider leaving a like on it and subscribing to the channel, as that would help me out a ton. Thank you guys so much for watching the video. I hope you have an amazing day, and I will see you guys in the next one.